So just so you're aware that midnight prayer is one of the most important times of the day to pray, especially when you are praying breakthrough and you are seeking and desiring God to see you through a place in your life. And so there's time to war, there's time to sit, there's time to soak. But the midnight hour is a very special hour for angelic, demonic realms to come together, as they're always fighting and contending for your life and against and for your life. And so in this time is what a lot of the world might call demon time. And they say demon time about things that are evil. And so there is a great uprise. There is a lot of activity that happens within the midnight hour while the saints are asleep. And so if you are seeking God for breakthrough, if you are desiring for God to see you through and to break up the ground, to carry out and to be successful in spiritual warfare, you must learn how to discipline yourself in the midnight hour, not just in this fast, but as the Holy Spirit leads you in subsequent times and dates in fasting and prayer, because there are certain angels and angelic hosts that are only available in the midnight hour. And so a lot of us are seeing warfare, especially in the time of fasting, because the sensitivity in the realm of the spirit is heightened, because you are experiencing breakthrough and or you are praying and doing fasting. All these sort of things is keeping you in a place in the spirit. And so in the spirit is also God and the angelic host and all of the angelic assistants that we have. And then we also have the kingdom of darkness, the demonic realm. And so there is a war in the second heaven. And this is happening, whether you believe it, whether you know it, whether you receive it, whether you are well versed in spiritual warfare, whether you're just learning, whether you're new or novice. It does not matter what your level of information, education, and knowledge is of the spirit realm. It is happening regardless. And so it is up to you to decide, to choose, to commit to the call, not just on your life, but what it takes for you to press in to see your breakthrough. And so what the enemy will try to do is, while we slumber, while we're not as vigilant, while we're not in a place to see and to fight back, then he will try to get us in our most vulnerable times, in our most vulnerable states. And so this is a very active period between midnight and 6 a.m. And so there's a couple of watches in this time. This third watch is beginning here tonight at midnight. And so as you are proceeding in your life, whether you're fasting or whether you're not fasting, but more specifically to the time of fasting, it should not be an option. Now, the Lord will not force it. I cannot force it, but I highly, 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 highly encourage. I 10 out of 10 recommend that you learn how to discipline yourself at this time and this hour, to place the things that you are seeking God for, to see your breakthrough in the earth, that you are being vigilant, you are being committed and disciplined to this time of warfare. And so there are certain angels that only work at this time, that only work. So you could be praying in the afternoon, you could be praying in the morning, but there are certain things that happen, that occur over this time between the midnight time and the 6 a.m. time, that can only be broken through, that can only be dispatched and loose within these times. Okay, so we talked about times and seasons earlier. And so the same is so even in the realm of the spirit. And so as we know, because this is a time that we know witches and witch covens, witchcrafts, wizards and warlocks and all of them, they come together, they stay awake. Okay, so whether you sleep in slumber or not, whether you partner with the Holy Spirit or not, they know the significance of this time. They know the significance of it. And so they are on their post. Are you on yours? And so I would encourage you to ask for the help of the Holy Spirit.